coach. Don't superimpose them. Coach them. This is what it. Teach the objectives. They will learn. That is the best part. People will remember you. Again, maybe better than the guy who buys you fish. It is always good to teach you how to fish, right? So that technology. Be a coach always. Freedom in defining the methods. Something may be rubbish from the team members, but don't worry. They will come up at one day. Give them the freedom, give them the pleasure to come up to you and tell the boss, this is what I want to do, this is how this has to be done. So that part is giving freedom. The last couple of slides, when an employee makes a mistake, we don't expect everybody to be perfect. So people will be making mistakes, your employees, your team member will be making mistakes. How to handle that? Few very simple steps. First, remain calm and decide on how serious the mistake is, right? Whether it is financially impacted, whether it impacts your reputation, whether it impacts your whole team process, how do you do that? So remain calm and decide how serious the mistake is. Next one, see whether it has been happening regularly. It has been a daily process. Every day somebody makes a mistake. The same mistake is done by everybody in the team. So then it's a knowledge problem. It is not something on that problem. It's a knowledge problem, right? So just analyze. You remain calm. You decide how the mistake is, or see it is a widespread mistake. And next is the most important point. You have to make the decision. How you have to help him. Whether you have to be supportive, there is a knowledge gap, or it is a problem of discipline. Careless mistakes, right? Same mistake, no doing. Not enough attention, not enough concentration. So how do you take care of that? How your help has to be imposed? Whether you have to give assistance in knowledge or you have to part in discipline to the system. Don't become consumed by the mistake. Don't get overhead by the mistakes. Ask the employee what he or she will make. Please talk to them. Everyone will make mistakes. Please talk to them and ask them what are you going to do differently the next time. And whenever they do it correctly, whenever they do something superficially, make it a point to compliment them, give them acknowledgement, and make sure that you understand it and make it a learning. We have seen all these things, but the biggest point any manager or any team lead has to take care when doing the process is identify people for their teams. If you are given a responsibility to identify people for your teams, the best methodology, the best thing you have to do, you have to get people to the best action. That's what my personal learning is, right? If you have got a problem in the process or the project you do, you have got ample time, you can have anything to do to cover it. But you have got a person with an issue, with an attitude issue, with a people issue in it is going to spread. It is contagious. Especially the junior levels, it's going to be contagious. So please make sure that when you select people for your team, if you are given an opportunity to select people for their team, have the guy who has got the best attitude to be in a part of the team. You can have all the 10 best attitude guys in your team, but still make sure that you have the best people in your team. The last slide. Finally, celebrate success with your team. Whatever you do, the success is not yours. It is the team's success. Make sure that all the success belongs to the team. It doesn't belong to only one person. Forget about your credentials. Go to them. It is not that you are a manager, you are a senior manager. Go to them and speak to them and sit with them. That's forget about your credentials. Whenever there's a conflict between two people, make sure that you intervene them and them itself. It is not that, okay, we will handle it tomorrow, we'll handle it next time it happens. No. Whenever you feel there is a conflict between the team members, make sure that you jump in right now, right there. Being a good manager doesn't mean that you have to be a people pleaser, right? Everybody who asks for a leave, you grant a leave, now you are a good manager. No, that's not going to happen, right? You have to have your facts presented. Being a good manager is not being a people pleaser. Everybody, okay, he gives me whatever I ask. No, that is not a good manager, right? You are working for the organization. So make sure that you are not pleasing people, but you are giving them their needs. Never reprimand an employee publicly. That is a very basic thing. I think this has been followed from years. Don't tell anybody in public. Always have your personal space. Avoid making employees. I think that's only for the IT people, right? Avoid making employees sit up and off working hours. We do sit, but please the system may demand you to make people sit after working hours, but try not to make them sit after working hours. Be good to a team. Without them, you can't succeed. And sing.
So here the 4 and 7 are converting.
Be a good manager, doesn't be a good pleaser. And 7 is avoid making employees.
No.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Be good to your team. Without them, you can't succeed.
Be good. You have to please them.
But you have to do from the organization. I can't say, I got a team of 10 people and I'm working in the road. And I can't make sure that all the 10 people get a leave on that. Yeah, all the 10 may require it, but I have to, that is what the manager is.
And you have to explain in 2 places.
You have to then define me what is pleasing and what is good. Mine, the definition are 2 different.
Yeah.
Pleasing is different and good is different. So, pleasing them is what?
Yeah.
Be good to them is something
Social
different.
income only if you are to explain them why. Yeah, practically to explain.
Yeah, I'm considering them. I'm considering. It's not that I'm not telling them, okay, you should not have to.
Why you are not accepting.
Yeah, it's it's a real time happens in all our companies. Right? Say it's a Onam or Pongal or whatever festival happens in all the people will want to release. But technically what we do is that anybody who's first Pongal, Kala Pongal, or a first to Onam marriage, they will get automatically leave. It is a people should understand. That's why we are
4 and 7 can be in a single cell. That can be combined.
be a good manager, be a good pleaser, and be good to your team. Without them, you can't succeed.
And both will manage balance.
Oh, really?
It should not be separated out. It
Uh,
happens, sir. In a management system organization.
no, you can't please everybody, but you can be good to everybody.
Pleasing us a grade. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Team, not to individual members. That's your team's responsibility.
Yes, yes.
You can be a good to a team.
Yeah, that's what I'm good to my team.
Yeah, not individual.
Yeah, I'm not pleasing anybody. Yeah. I'm not a people pleaser.
They are supporting each other.
Yeah.
Good to supporting each other.
So what do you want me to change that or?
It's right. It is supporting
Yeah,
actually.
that's what I feel. Both of things are interrelated. Okay. Thanks for that point. And the final one, don't scold the entire department for what one person is doing good, one person is doing wrong. So one person comes late every day, you send a mail to the whole team stating don't come late to office, right? Don't do that, right? All the 9 comes on time, only 1 comes late. Talk to the person. Don't send a mail across the team stating don't come to late office. And the last part, cultivate a mentor. It is from both ways. Make yourself as a mentor. Cultivate a mentor inside you. You become a mentor to a team. And have a mentor also. You having a mentor. This is the person whom I want to be like. This is my role model. This is my mentor. He will guide me. Believe in that. Cultivate a mentor from both sides. You become a mentor inside you. You mentor your team, or have a mentor outside whom you can look up to always. This is a very, very personal statement from my side. I always believed it. Having a mentor, having a person to go up to, talk to, call up anytime and have your things done, get your questions answered is always good for you. It gives enough confidence in you to face anything you have. So this is the last statement of cultivating a mentor. Thank you very much for the time. We are open for questions too. That's my number and that's my email ID. Please try to contact me if you want. Yes, sir. Oh, myself.